Thanks for joining us from the Ohio AgNet Voice You Know with the News You Trust studio, sponsored by BASF, where the performance of Veltima fungicide can take your best result even further. Well, Dale checks in with a look at Paradise Energy Solutions. Dale?
Joining me is Sheldon Stutzman, Regional Energy Consultant for Paradise Energy Solutions. They're located over in Tuscarawas County. Sheldon, if I'm understanding our conversation coming up correctly, we are not talking about industrial solar. We are talking about the way you can use solar on your farm, on your residence, on your business. Is that correct?
That's correct, Emil. We're not talking about the large utility scale solar systems that are out there.
A lot of tax credits have been out there, so one of the big questions might be, how is the Big Beautiful Bill changing the solar tax credit?
Primary thing that's changing is the line associated with being able to take the tax credits. The tax credit amount, those are not changing. Those are not being impacted. They are just narrowing the window of time in which a client can take those credits. For example, a residential tax credit, it expires at the end of 2025. If you're a farmer, we have a little bit more runway there. I would say it's very fluid. And I should preface all of this by saying, talk to your tax advisor, make sure they're involved in this decision. So the next deadline for commercial, we think, is the August 18th date, which is 45 days after the July 4th signing of the Big Beautiful Bill. We think that you should safe harbor that project to be able to secure the existing tax credits of 30% and maybe some of the bonus tax credits that are available for commercial solar. The next deadline would be the end of the year, December 31, 25.
Sheldon, how do we get more information on this topic?
Contact us at our website, paradiseenergy.com.
Again, that's paradiseenergy.com. I've been visiting with Sheldon Stutzman of Paradise Energy Solutions.
In the year ahead, the United Soybean Board will boost demand for U.S. soy, drive on-farm resilience, and bring value to the nearly 500,000 U.S. soybean farmers. Led by its 77 farmer leaders, USB recently approved a $121.3 million budget for the 2026 fiscal year. The board is strategically allocating funds for vital research, promotion, and education investments that spans the food, feed, fuel, industrial, exports, and sustainable production market segments. Philip Good, USB board chair, says the USB farmer leaders have sharpened their pencils, identifying high-impact opportunities that provide return to America's soybean farmers. The American Farm Bureau Federation is still seeking nominations for the Farm Dog of the Year contest.
The American Farm Bureau Federation, in cooperation with Nestle Purina Pet Care, is looking for the country's best four-legged farmhand. Terry Moore, Vice President of Communication for AFBF, says the Farm Dog of the Year contest is a unique opportunity to showcase agriculture.
I think part of what's special about it is that it provides a window into the world of agriculture for the public through a shared love of pets. They love their pets and they see these videos and are so touched by how the pets are not only loved by the farm families, but really helpful on the farm.
Moore says ideal candidates for Farm Dog of the Year are both a vital part of their family's farm and a true member of the family.
So we really look for farm dogs that have an actual role in the operation of the farm, or are helpful in the farming operation, but also are a family pet. And by the way, we extended the deadline for the contest this year. So it's this Friday, the 25th, anytime before midnight.
Chad Smith, Washington.
Union Pacific and Norfolk Southern are in merger talks to create the largest railroad in North America that would connect the East and West Coast. It would combine the largest and smallest of the country's 6 major freight railroads. The markets, I'll have those coming up next.
Friday, July 25th is Recovery Ohio's Mental Health Day at the Ohio State Fair. Visit the Department of Mental Health and Addiction Services, the Department of Insurance, and other state agency booths. Join us on Friday, July 25th for Recovery Ohio's Mental Health Day at the Ohio State Fair. We'll see you there.
Be aware, ticks are there. As you head outdoors, remember to avoid tall grass, wear light-colored full-coverage clothing, and use EPA-registered repellent. Be sure to thoroughly check for ticks after you head in for the day. If you find any ticks, Remove them carefully with tweezers and watch for symptoms such as fever, headache, or rash. For more information on ticks and tick bite prevention, head over to ohio.gov/ticks.
The market's brought to you by Seed Consultants, simply better performance, online at seedconsultants.com. At the Board of Trade, September corn $3.98.5, down 3/4 cent. December corn $4.17.5, down 1/2 cent. August beans $10.05 3/4, down 4 1/2. November beans $10.22 3/4, down 2 3/4. September wheat down 9 cents at 5.40 1/2. At the Mercantile Exchange, August cattle $227.02, up $2.05. August hogs $108.47, up 72 cents. September feeder cattle $331.90, up $3.32. This is the Ohio AgNet.